Yeah, arguably, I think it may be the best, especially when you talk about in form and so many stories along with the year. And better course, what he's done, Aloysius Yapp, Johan Chua. Once he came out to play, we knew he was going to be a top 10 guy. And Koh Ping Yi, the name speaks for itself. And again, the lag really showed up yesterday. We'll see what it does here
first rack.
On our final day.
Break.
All about cue ball control with him. If he's got Whitey under control, I think he'll get Aloysius Yapp under control. Not with that break, though. In itself, but the result wasn't.
Yeah, that cue ball always gets knocked around, it seems like. So, fate of a shot after the break sometimes, and then pull God's hands. And does have a look. Made the 1 and 2 on the break. He's got an easy safety. He wants to play the safe. The type of shot, though, maybe not the first shot of the match you really want to go for, but say this is halfway through, it's very tempting to go for this bank once that right arm gets a bit loose. May get fortunate, may not. I think he's left a piece of it, but not the pocketable view of the red 3. And again, opener, that's a hard one to come with. I do like him attacking, though. Yapp's got a shot. You can see him addressing the ball to the pocket. So a good look here on the red 3.
Extension called.
Well, if he pots this ball, it will mean he's already done better than he did when he was in the semi-final 2 years ago. Nicely controlled. Yeah, he played Koh Ping Yi's younger brother in 2023. He lost 11-0, Yapp. Koh Ping Chung potted all 9 balls.
Yeah, well, that's one that'll be remembered and talked about. It still is all the time. I see videos. This has got to slow down a little bit. Looks to be pretty perfect.
Koh Ping Yi left the gap. And now there's a gap between the players. Slender. But Aloysius Yapp grateful to take the opening rack. We can't quite say this roadmap is Route 66 because this would be the 69th rack he's won in the tournament for the loss of only 29.
Yeah, good thing he's lefty here. I think that's going to help him reach this brown 7. A little thin, so he may not get close quarters on the 8 like he originally planned. Somewhere just past the center of the table will do. He went 3 rails. Wanted to get much heavier on the 8. If you remember last night or yesterday's matches, the draw stroke was really a best friend for Aloysius Yapp, and here we'll see another.
It is the last 4 of the livesb.io US Open. Nerves are frayed. Aloysius Yapp just missing the 8 ball down the long rail when it looked as though he was going to lead 2-0.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Koh Ping Yi hit that bank shot really heavy to open. Caught that one a little thick as well. So yeah, may be able to erase that mistake on the 8 and Forward.
Well, Yapp wanted to dish, of course he did. He wanted the break and run out, but in many respects, Ko missing the 8-ball. That will really knock him back. For these guys, that was meat and drink. So despite missing the 8 down the rail, Aloysius Yapp does double his advantage to 2-0.
Yeah, that 2-ball is nestled towards this lower left corner several times already, and it's gotten ease. Not as thunderous a break as some others, but still, though, look at the spreads, and it really doesn't matter if you're getting shots.
This week I've made it my intention to mention every single US Open champion over the years. One I think I left out, but I can bring him in. Reed Pierce. He was the champion when Aloysius Yapp was born. So there it is, all of them ticked off.
He'll take that. He was trying to just get to the center so he could work at a couple rails. Now he's gotten even easier.
He's such a gentle soul, Yapp. He was actually apologising for that. I think that's not quite cause for an apology, is it really?
Well, you know, like we talked about Koping Chang and being good friends there. He used to go to Chinese Taipei and pool, so I'm pretty sure close with Koping Yi as
3-0 is about to become 4-0. And this is worrying for Koping Yi, because we saw yesterday when Yapp gets on a roll, he stays there for quite some time.
the ball slid on him a little bit. That's what happens when you get into the cue ball a little extra table. You'll see it hits the rail right here and bends forward. I'm not sure. Has he got the short cue just to try and jump a little bit of this, just to make some kind of contact on the blue?
Extension call.
Oh, there's a lot going on for Ben, our referee. Not only the hit on the 2, but the cue action with the 9 and the 7 there. Got to be on top of this.
Clean hit, no problem for the referee, or indeed for Yapp.
And it's amazing the control these players. Of course, they practice the jump cue way more than we even thought about practicing with it years ago, and all the different types of shots they can shoot. It's just amazing, really. That big shot from a big player. Had to roll the ball from the end rail, really no other choice.
He missed the 8 very surprisingly in the second rack. Has to start making amends. I think this break is really important to sustain momentum.
Yeah, the way these matches have gone on the main table with the big guns, I almost feel like he's gonna tighten it up. his comeback to get this match close again. Close to the blue too. He'll certainly figure out a way to, I think. Not easy position on the red 3 though. Yeah, now he's looking at a pretty tricky play. I thought he could cut the 2 to the lower left and get to the bottom rail, use the side rail, just get that thin cut on the red 3 and get the run started. He was looking at attacking with a low right spin, trying to go the side rail and then spin the ball between the 5 and 8. So we'll see the tip position. That'll tell it all. Yeah, he's cueing downward. So he's trying to work the cue ball. Yeah, that was the worry. Now he's got the gap. Did the 5 cover up the pocket for the 4? I think it did, so he's gonna have to make a big decision here. Can he pinch it and hold for the pink in the lower right?
Gaps can be invaluable in the first rack. Yapp was the beneficiary of a gap, and he went on
extension call
in that inning to take it.
Yeah, this is the type of shot, though, trying to pull the ball a little bit. Not trying to work it too much so you don't get too thin. It's the type of shot you can kind of get in between with the stroke, so I feel like the experience at Copigny will really show up here on this red 3. He decided to just let it out, Phil, and I think that's a great decision. Hit dead center with 3.
Pause for what was, in my opinion, the best shot of the match so far.
And you'll see a little better spreads, a little bigger openings with Copigny at the breaking end. Not afraid of shots, so I wonder if he even really has the discussion with himself to continue the attack here on a really thin 2. He will shoot. Just come directly at the 9 and 5 with the cue ball. Take your chances in that department. Now it looks like he's sizing up, adding a hair of right spin, maybe go at the pink a bit more. Maybe he likes pocketing the 2 in that manner. The overhead really shows us the tip position as far as on the right and left spin. Yeah, perfect.
Just characteristic cue ball mastery. When Aloysius Yapp lost to Carlo Biardo in the 2021 US Open final, he made a bright start to that match. Biardo got the last laugh. Just beginning to wonder if something similar is going to occur here. To win 3 racks in succession in this company is always good. But when you're 5-0 down, that shows a lot of intestinal fortitude, as they say in the world of wrestling.
Good thing for him, it's just a natural high ball, 2 rails across to the center for the pink in the lower left. Looking again, he could kind of float it. I expect him to catch the 2 cushions. Swing with a little authority.
Going towards the pocket, I wasn't convinced.
Well, they always say the stroke opens up the pocket. You see the 3 ball spinning and then sliding up the rail. Odd thing is, if he played the lighter speed and hit to the same mark, it probably hangs. Gotta avoid the double kiss, but go straight through the 2, put him behind the 3, let the 2 come up the center. He kind of let up on it. He did the exact same thing last night in a big situation. A lot of times you fear that kiss and you tend to let up on the stroke a hair.
Extension cool.
Wow, he's looking to attack here as well. Try and knock this in, go to the rail, and use the brown to hold the cue ball for some type of look at the red 3. Boy, there's some safety options here, so he must be feeling really good to want to attack in this position. He's even elevated a bit.
Foul stroke.
And I just, you know, I just didn't know if anyone was the favorite there, Phil.
He's usually a very shrewd operator when it comes to the percentage game. Was he pushing the envelope a little too hard?
Right. Much better connection there. One had a lot more speed to the pocket. 2's upstairs, similar to Copigny's earlier in the match. We like that feeling there into the rack. He may take on the cut. I mean, it's the type of shot that, of course, I wouldn't say you're a big favorite to make, but it's really hard to hang it at this angle. Usually wants to go, or you hit it poor enough to where it gets away from the pocket. Just let the cue ball come straight down the table.
Just avoiding the 7 help matters. He deserved it. What a pot again.
Cleanly struck. Watch the 2 ball really not even catching much of the cushion. I think he heightened the percentages with that cue ball play.
Singapore has a great tradition in cue sports. Peter Gilchrist has won the World Billiards Championship on multiple occasions. That's English billiards with the 3 balls.
Aloysius Yapp wins the 12th round.
As for Aloysius Yapp, he's taking 9-ball pool by storm. And he's back in front by 4.
You talked about something maybe giving him a guide on a potting angle. Maybe the case here.
Extension.
The safety is very difficult. I think he's got to go.
Bear in mind, he only needs 2 more. win this rack, and he's on the hill.
It's not to be denied, I'll tell you. Whatever it takes, Aloysius Yapp's up for it.
I'm not saying he wanted to hit that thick. You can't cheat the pocket from that distance. But actually hitting it a little thick really helped with position on the 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of these players, they know the pocket plays a little bigger. Thin hit like that doesn't want to jaw as much. Got to get into this, though, to get proper on the 4. Yeah, he doesn't want to end up thin. Now position on the 5 can be really tricky.
99% success rate. The percentage there, that's a winning percentage. Playing very nicely.
Yeah, thought he may cheat the pocket there to get that movement onto the 8. Sometimes you don't consciously do it. It's just kind of like the brain takes over and uses a part of the pocket to help the cue ball.
He's had some great wins this week, Aloysius Yapp, but who could possibly say this wasn't his best performance in terms of pure quality? He's 6 up with 7 to play. On the hill, he leads 10-4.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, he's gonna get this match, and he probably gets it here this rack. But one thing moving forward, final, he does get this clearance and get the win. Is the break shot is incredibly during this match. I think that's going to be a very good feeling for Aloysius Yapp moving forward.
Regardless of what happens in this rack, right now, he's won 5 racks in succession twice in this contest.
It doesn't matter who it is, Efren Reyes, SVB, Earl Strickland, Mosconi himself. Your opponent sits you down for this much time in any match, it's going to probably be a loss, and a lopsided one at that. Really just one shot, that 2-ball, and again, hard to question too much. I mean, the guy's an incredible player, and he's played awesome. If he knocks that 2-ball in and gets out, may really turn things around, but consequently, it was a missed 2 and a lost cue ball. We got the second half of this match going for Aloysius Yapp, and he has taken over.
Forget the Singapore sling. Aloysius Yapp has turned the last 3 open major events on the World 9-Ball Tour into the Singapore swing. They've all swung his way.
Yeah, beautiful stun and a perfect position there, and this is what you want to close a match, a couple throw-ins.
Open major wins in succession for Yapp. Take that to 26. 9 at the UK Open, 9 in Florida 2 weeks ago, and now 8 out of 8 at the US Open. 1 more needed, and he will be champion. Aloysius Yapp